Okay, so what we are going to discuss now is part 2 of our exercise. So let us begin part 2 of the exercise that is present on page number 112. So question 4th which was given, suppose let's say we completed till 3rd question in the last session, we'll be completing from 4th question now. In 4th question they are saying there is a motorboat and all those things. So let us just see that we will try to imagine the situation first. So what they are saying is a motorboat starting from rest. So initially that motorboat was not moving, it was at rest on a lake. Okay, on a lake accelerates at a constant rate of 3 meter per second square. So how much it is accelerating? 3 meter per second square for 8.0 seconds. And for how much time? 8 seconds. They are saying how much distance, how far does the boat travel this time? How far means what? The distance traveled. So let us try to imagine the situation first. So this is a blue lake. Okay? What is present on that lake? Motorboat. So let us take our motorboat. So this is motorboat, right? Boat with a motor, that is called as motorboat. Now that boat is at rest. Okay? It is not moving at all initially. So what would be the initial velocity? 0. U would be 0. Why? Because the object is at rest. So initial velocity, that is u, is 0 because the object is not moving. What happens afterwards? It moves from one place to another. So let us just say that this boat is moving from this point to this point. And how much acceleration it took? It took 3 meter per second and it traveled for 8 seconds. So from moving from this point to this point, acceleration was 3, time was 8 seconds. So acceleration is 3, time is 8 seconds. Okay? So that is the situation. And what is the last part they're asking? How far does the boat travel? How far means what? How much traveling is nothing but calculation of distance. So basically they want to know what is this distance, how much distance it has traveled in 8 seconds with the acceleration of 3 meter per second. If the object was at rest initially. So object was at rest, acceleration 3, time is 8, traveled some distance, just asking us what is the distance. Very simple. Okay? Now, let us try to, at least write down given data. So what is given data? First, given is u is 0, initial velocity is 0, so u is 0. What about acceleration? Acceleration is given as 3 meter per second square. So that we will also write, acceleration 3. What is time? Time is 8 seconds. What is to be calculated? S, that is distance. So S we will calculate. So S we have also question mark. Now to calculate the S, we have 3 options. Okay? V is equal to u plus at, S is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2s. 3 equations of motion. I told you to solve any question we'll be using these 3 formulas. Now give me response in chat box. Which formula we will use if the given data is u, a, t and s? First, second or third? What do you think? We should go with which formula? First, second, third? Okay, Urjit is saying third. Yash is saying third. Karthik, how much? Karthik is saying 1. Okay. Madhura Parve second. Aditya second. Okay. Jayesh third. Fine. Okay. Now concentrate on this. If we take first one, problem is that we do not have final velocity. Okay, we do not have final velocity. It would be a waste of time because again, then we have to go with 2 formulas. First, we will calculate final velocity and then we will calculate, the distance from second or third. Why to go for first and third? Because see, if you just go with the second one, you already have the value of u, you already have the value of t, also a. So with just one formula, you can solve the question. Why to go for first and third? We don't need to calculate final velocity because that is not asked in the question. All they are asking is S. For S, we have 2 formulas, second and third. But we don't have value of V, so we'll be going with second. Okay. So second formula is very simple. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Let us put the values there. Initial velocity is 0. Okay, so 0 into 8 plus half into, what is value of A? Acceleration 3 into t square, that is 8 square. Now you calculate this answer and tell me, give me answer in chat box after calculation of this. What is the value? So all the students who said that second equation has to be taken, they are very much correct. Calculate this particular value and give me the answer. ठीक है? Okay, Jayesh is the first one to give answer. 96 meters. Okay, Jayesh, I will congratulate you once we confirm what is the answer. ठीक है? Till that time, I'm not going to congratulate. Okay, Urjit, how much you are saying? 48. Okay, Aditya 96. Okay, Samruddhi 96. Fine, 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 fine. Let us see. Yes, K 48. Okay, so much difference. ठीक है? Let us see what is the answer. So 0 into 8 is what? 0. ठीक है? And this half into 3 into 8 square is 64. So this is 0, 0 into 8, 0, half, 3, 8 square is 64, 8 8 is 64. Now this 64 can be divided by 2, 2 ones are, 2 threes are, 2 twos are, so 32. So 3 into 32, 64 was divided by 2, 3 into 32. How much this value would be? 3 into 2 is 6, 3 threes are 9. So that would be how much? 96 meters. ठीक है? Understood how this value is coming? 96. ठीक है? Do your calculation slowly. Students who have got different answers, they must have made some mistake. ठीक है? Yes, K, please check your answer again. Urjit, check your answer again. There might be some difficulty with dividing this 1 by 2. ठीक है? Answer should be 96 meters. Okay, so many students are getting the same answer. So your option should be, out of 3 equations you can choose any one. I told you already, that is your choice. But if you go with one, then you will calculate value of v, then you will put it in third. It will become very difficult. Instead, just go with the second one. Okay, all the values you have, you will directly get S value. Okay, take a screenshot of this and then we'll proceed for the next question. Okay. Now in next question, they have given so many things. Okay? Let me just highlight it in different color first so that we can understand it. So this is what I have highlighted. Now, in the first part, they are saying a driver of a car traveling at 52 km/h applies the brakes and accelerates uniformly in the opposite direction. The car stops in 5 seconds. Okay? Let us try to understand this statement. A driver of a car traveling at 52. So what is the speed? 52. Forget about the unit. Driver is traveling at the speed of 52. Applies brakes. Okay? Applies brakes. Forget about this statement. Accelerates uniformly in the opposite direction. We already know that if we apply brake, acceleration will be opposite. Okay? So we don't need to read this. This is just for confusion. Okay? They are adding this statement so that this question will look complicated. This question is actually very simple. Okay? Forget about this statement. Focus on this. What is the speed of the car? 52. Applies brakes. That is important. And in how many seconds it stopped? It didn't stop immediately. It took 5 seconds. Okay? Now there is another car. What is the speed of that car? 3 km/h. It also applied brake. Okay? Applied brakes. And in how many seconds it stopped? 10 seconds. So it took more time than the first car, okay, to stop. Now they are saying from this situation, on the same graph paper, plot the speed versus time graph. Okay? So we have to use a graph paper and we have to plot speed versus time. Now remember this, that in the exam, if question is asked on graph, okay, suppose let's say a graph, they are asking you to draw the graph paper will be provided by the school. You have to draw in the actual exam. Okay? So what they are saying is, on the graph paper, for your notebook you can do one thing. You can use one graph paper from your notebook, graph notebook, and then cut that graph paper and then you can paste it in a notebook. Okay? If you are asking me, sir, how to plot graph in our notebook, so you do one thing, you make it on graph afterwards, on graph paper. Cut that paper and then paste it in your notebook. Okay? Okay. Now focus on the question. They are asking us to create a graph of what? Speed versus time. That is very easy to do. What next they are asking? From that graph, they are asking which of the two cars traveled farther after the brakes were applied. So first thing they are saying is, plot the graph, make a graph, speed versus time. Second thing they are saying, from the graph, tell us which car traveled more, किसने ज़्यादा distance cover किया, which car from the graph. So first thing, there are only two things we have to do. First graph, then distance traveled, like which car has traveled more. So let us try to understand the situation. So there are two cars, right? They said there are two cars, so we have taken two cars. We have taken two separate roads, right? What is the speed of the first car? 52 kilometer per hour, right? So that is the first one. Initial speed, okay, initial velocity of that car is 52. What about the second car? That is 3 kilometer per hour. 3 kilometer per hour. Now, what they said that they applied brakes, suppose let us say, and it traveled for 5 seconds. So let us say that this car applied brakes and it stopped at this position. So how much time it took? 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds it took. What about this? This took 10 seconds. So this object, this second car took 10 seconds. Same situation. Okay, 3 kilometer and in 10 seconds, 52 kilometer in 5 seconds. So that is the position. That is the scenario which is given in this question. Now they're asking us to plot speed versus time. It's very simple to plot speed versus time, but we should first know what is the final velocity. Initial velocities they are given in the question. What about final velocity? See, in the question they said they applied brakes and the car stopped. Car stop ho gayi matlab kya hai? It is not moving at all. So that means final velocity is going to be what? Zero. Why final velocity is zero? Because brakes were applied. Car is going to stop, no, after applying brakes. So that means final velocity is zero. So final velocity for first case is zero. Final velocity for second case is also zero because brakes were applied. Okay? Now we are having this situation. We are going to solve for speed versus time graph. But you have to remember, we need to convert this speed. We cannot use kilometer per hour because the time which is given is in seconds. Time is given in seconds, so we need to convert these velocities. 52 and 3 we need to convert. Okay, so first we'll convert that. So 52 kilometer per hour and 3 kilometer per hour. How to convert? Just multiply with 5 by 18. So it multiply with 5 by 18. So 5 by 18, if we divide them, that is 2 nines are and that all. So it will become 2 nines and 2 26 are. Now 26 into 5, 26 into 5. So that would be how much? 130. 26 into 5 is 130. 130 by 9. Now we have to divide it. Answer is going to be in decimal, but we have to. So how much is going to be the answer? 14.44. Okay? Initial velocity is 14.44 for first car. What about second car? It is going to be 3 kilometer per hour into 5 by 18. Okay? 3 we have taken multiplied with 5 by 18. Now 3 ones are 3 six are. Okay? So that would be how much? 5 by 6. 3 ones are 3 6 are 18. So 5 by 6. Now we can divide this 0 point. Okay? 0.833. 0.833 meter per second. So these are two initial velocities. So we converted kilometer per hour into meter per second. So let me change this image. Okay? Let me change this image. So take this screenshot first, then we will proceed for the next slide. Okay. Now, what about the final velocities? Final velocities are 0 meter per second. Even though I have written it kilometer per hour, how does it matter? Because even if you multiply with 5 by 18, answer would be what? 0 into 5 by 18 kya hoga? Any number multiplied with 0 is 0. So there is no point in converting it. We will directly write down 0 meter per second. Okay? Not going to convert. Because even if you multiply with 5 by 18, answer is going to be 0 only. So we'll say final velocity is 0 for V1 and V2. Now let us start with that image. Okay, so I have converted that image now. You can see here, I have written the velocities in meter per second, right? Mean meter per second I have written all the velocities. Now we are supposed to plot speed time graph. Okay, so I have taken speed on y-axis and I have taken time on x-axis, speed time graph. Now you can use any scale. Okay, you can use any scale, but for my calculations, for time, I have taken a difference of 2, that is 2, 4, 6, 8. And for y-axis, I have taken a difference of 2.5. So 2.5, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12, and 15. So 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15. So on y-axis, I have taken 2.5. Okay? And on x-axis, I have taken 2 difference. Okay? 2 seconds. You can take any scale. That is up to you. It depends on like what kind of page you have and how many values you need to put. So that is up to you. You must have learned about this in your 8th grade. Graph learning, it has to be known. Okay, this is not in our syllabus actually, but I'm still teaching you how to take the scale. You can take it any. Okay, so on x-axis I have taken 2 seconds, on y-axis I have taken 2.5. Let us start. For first cycle, for first, sorry, car, for first car, what is the speed? 14.44 meter per second. So okay, this is 15, this is 12.5. So I have placed my first coordinate here, initial velocity. First we are going to plot for red car, then we will go for orange car. For red car, see, I have taken this particular red dot, okay, mentioning 14.44. So for initial at 0th second, what is the velocity? 14.44. What is the final velocity? 0 meter per second. But at what time? 5 seconds. So that means after 5 seconds, velocity is becoming 0. Where is 5 on this particular time axis? This is time, no, 5 seconds. So 0, 2, 4, 6. So 5 will come here. And what is the velocity at that place? 0. So coordinate is 0. On this position, I have to put it. So this will become here. Here it will come. So first coordinate is 14.44. Second coordinate is 0. But after what time? 5 seconds. Okay, so this is the time, that is 5 seconds. Now this is the first position. So give me response in chat box. Have you understood? Have you how we have plotted this first two coordinates for initial position and final position? Understood for the red car how we have plotted these two coordinates? Okay, now let us proceed for the orange one. But before that, what we'll do is we will join this so that we won't make a mistake here. We'll just first join this particular line. So let me just draw it. Now, before we go for the orange one, try to understand that initial velocity is 0.833. So I have put it here somewhere. Actually, you have to divide these 10 boxes and then you have to plot the number. But by average, I'm taking it here, 0.833. It is close to 1, so I can put it here. What about the final velocity? It is 0. But what is the time? 10 seconds. That means at 10th second, velocity will become 0 at 10th second. Where is 10? On x-axis, this is 10. So I can put my coordinate here. So let me put it. So this is the thing. This yellow dots are for whom? Orange car. And this red for red car. Okay. Now what I will do, I will join them. Okay. So that line I have joined. What about the orange? Yes, orange car also I have joined initial and final positions, right? Now, let me write down the names so that we won't get confused. This is for car 1 and this is for car 2. So, car 1 and car 2, I have written car 1, car 2. Okay? Now, I will give some letters to all the coordinates. You can give them randomly, but what I have done, I have given O for origin. That is generally by default, it has to be given O, but you can give your own letter. But technically in mathematics, the original point, that is the origin point, has to be denoted by O. So give it O here. Other points you can give. I have taken A and B for car 1. For car 2, I have mentioned with C and D. It is up to you. Okay? But I have mentioned A, B and C, D. Okay. So give me a response in chat box. Have you understood till this moment how we have plotted all the coordinates and written the names? Can you proceed? Okay. Take a screenshot of this because this kind of graph is going to be required by you. Let's say you have to draw it on a separate graph paper. So take a screenshot of this and then we'll move to the second part. Because in the question, they have asked us two things. One is to draw speed time graph. Another thing they're asking is distance traveled, who has traveled more. So currently we have solved only one question out of it, that is graph. Okay. So second thing we need to solve is how much distance each car has traveled, and then we need to compare them. So let us calculate how much distance this car one has traveled. Now this is speed time graph, right? To calculate distance from this graph, to calculate distance, what we need? We have two possible situations. First is what we can either find out slope or either we can find out area. Okay. So give me response in chat box. What do you think? From speed time graph, should we take slope or should we take area? If I want to know the distance. Okay, Urjit is the first one to give answer. Congratulations. Karthik, yes, correct. And other students, they are simply sitting and attending the lectures or what? So Mani, what kind of answer is that? Distance, I am asking how to calculate distance from speed time graph, whether we should take slope or whether we should take area. Okay, Jayesh, correct. Rushikesh, yes, correct. Area. Samale, you need to change your answer. The answer is not slope. If you calculate slope from this, you will get the third quantity. You cannot use slope here. You have to calculate area in this case. Okay? So, area of this graph is speed into time. Okay? Multiplication of speed into time. So, that will give us distance. That we already know. Okay, so in this case, distance is given by area of this graph. Now for car 1, what is this area? We have to calculate area of triangle AOB. Okay, area of triangle AOB. So let us try. We will say that distance is, this one is S1. For car 1, we'll say distance is S1, area. Now area for our car 1 is under this red line. So what is present under this red line? Area of triangle AOB. So area of triangle AOB. A is nothing but area of triangle AOB. Now how do we calculate area of triangle? 1 by 2 base into height. So that will put 1 by 2 base into height. What is the base of this triangle AOB? OB is the base and height is AO. So OB is the base, height is AO or OA, whatever you want to call it. And then we just have to put the values here. What is the value of OB? 5. And what is the value of OA? 14.44, no something. So that is the thing. 14.44 into value of OB is 5 and 1 by 2. So we can divide this 14.44 divided by 2. It would be 7.22. So that would become 5 into 7.22. Multiply these. So what will be the answer? 36.1 meter. 36.1 meter is the final distance which has been traveled by car 1. 36.1. So take a screenshot of this. All we did is we utilized the same triangle to calculate the distance traveled. Okay. And yes, some students, what they do is after drawing this graph, they use those three equations of motion to find out this distance. That is not allowed. Okay, that is not allowed for this question. In this question, they are expecting you to calculate distance based on this graph. If you use equations, no marks will be given for this type of question. Okay? So you have to make sure that you are not using those three equations of motion. That will be so easy to calculate. That is not expected. From the graph, we have to calculate. Okay? Okay. So give me response in chat box. Can we proceed for the next car 2? Can we proceed? Can we move? Okay. So for car 2, it's very much simple. Again, we have to take area. But which triangle? COD. Okay, we have to take triangle COD. So all things will be same. This time distance we will say as S2. Area would be COD, area of triangle COD. Again, same formula, half into base into height. But for COD, what is the base? OD is the base. What is the height? OC is the height. Okay? So OD into OC. Now what we have to do is put the value of OD here. What is the value of OD? 10. Okay? 10. And what is the value of OC? That we already know, that is 0.833. Right? So 1 by 2 into 10. OD value is 10 into OD OC is 0.833. Now 10 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2 5s are. So 5 into 0.833. Now you do the calculation and tell me what would be the answer. Simple one, just multiply 5 into 0.833. कितना होगा? Hey, what is going to be the answer? Are you taking so much time just to calculate 5 into 0.833? Seriously? Okay, Jayesh, how much you are saying? 4.41. Okay. Shivam, 4.16. Akhilesh Kotwal, 4.165. Yashwardhan, 4.16. Seriously, students, matlab to calculate even for this simple calculations, how come every student is able to get different answer? It is just a simple calculation. Multiply 5 with 0.833. No, I thought class 9th is clever in terms of calculations. You are making huge mistakes. Day by day, I'm understanding that your batch is very slow. That is one of the reasons that I had to take so many lectures. Okay, so final answer would be what? 4.165 meters. 4.165 meters. So our final answer is 4.165 meters. Now they had asked us to compare, right? We need to still tell which car has traveled further. Now, after comparing, first car has traveled 36.1 meter, second car has traveled 4.165 meter. We already have calculated. So, which car has traveled more? Car 1 has traveled more. So, distance traveled by first car is more than second car. So, after writing down these two values, you have to write down this statement at the end. Only then you will get full marks. Because first question was draw the graph, second question was find out which car traveled further, right? So we solved that particular graph, and the second thing we saw was which car has traveled further, first car. So this is the complete answer. So take a screenshot of this, and then we'll proceed for the next question. Okay, students who have not taken the previous slide, okay, for car 2, they can take the screenshot of this, and then we'll move to the next question. Chalo, be fast, because the next question is very much difficult to understand, and we at least require 8 or at least 9 minutes to complete it. Let us start. Okay, so that time is enough. Let us start with the calculations. Now, if I am asking you to calculate slope, there are two ways to do it. Okay. One way to calculate, suppose I have given you distance time graph and there are two cars. Suppose let's say car 1 and car 2. And suppose let's say if I am asking to calculate slope of this. So if I am asking you to calculate slope of this, it's very simple. All you have to do is take coordinates, right? If the values are given, that is very simple. That is what we usually do. But suppose let us say the graph is like this. The graph is like this. What is the difference between this graph and previous graph? You can see these numbers are available here. So taking coordinates and taking the slope is very simple, right? But what about this? When numbers are not given, how to check who has more slope? Who has more slope? How to check? So that is very simple. All you have to do is whichever line has, suppose let us say is near y-axis, whichever line is near y-axis has more slope. Now in this case, there are two lines, car 1, car 2, there are two lines. Now which line is near to the y-axis? Car 1 line. So this line is nothing but near to the y-axis, hence car 1 has more slope. Okay? How to find out which particular line has more slope? All we need to check is whichever line is near to the y-axis, that is having more slope. Very simple. So without number also you can do the calculations. Okay. So let us start off a question. Sumit, what are you asking, sir? Are you going to take lecture tomorrow? That depends. If I'm going to take lecture tomorrow, you will be notified. Okay, don't worry. Now focus on the question first. This question is said as, in this figure 8.11, distance time graph is given for objects A, B, and C. So there are three objects A, B, C, and this is distance time graph. Please be notified that this distance is given in kilometer and this time is given as hour. Okay, so that you have to remember. Now next thing they're asking is, there are some couple of questions, 4 questions there are to solve, suppose based on this graph. So there are three objects, distance time graph is given, 4 questions they have asked based on it. So let us try to solve one after the another. First question which they have given is, which of the following three is traveling the fastest? Okay, fastest means what? We need speed. Okay, we need to calculate speed to know which car is traveling fastest, right? Now this is distance time graph. If we want to know speed from distance time graph, what we take, slope or area? If we want to know speed from distance time graph, what do we take, slope or area? Okay, Jayesh is very much correct. Jayesh is the first one to give answer. Slope correct. Somani correct. Slope. Karthik Mandhane correct. Slope. So 3 students have given the first one. They were the first one to give the answer. So that is very much correct. We need slope. But you can see there are two ways. We already have gone through how to calculate slope. So there are two ways to calculate slope. One can be with the help of coordinates, and other can be just check which line is near y-axis, the end of that line. So from these three, B, C, and A, which is near to the y-axis? Who is near to the y-axis? What do you think? Give me response. Who is near to the y-axis if we are comparing their end points, B, C, or A? B. So who is going to have the highest slope? B is going to have the highest slope. समझ में आ रहा है? B is going to have the highest slope because that is very much near to what? Our y-axis. That is the simplest answer. So who is going to have highest speed, fastest? B object. ठीक है? Because slope is what? Slope is nothing but highest for OB. Highest slope is for OB, and hence B is the fastest car in this. So very simple, object B is traveling the fastest. Okay, all we need to do is calculate, that's it. Samale, what are you asking, sir? It is 0 km/h. Are you have to talk about the complete picture. You cannot just check the first value. You have to talk about the complete line. Complete line has to be discussed. Hence, when we take this complete line, we have to take slope of this graph. And when we take slope of this graph, you can take it by two ways. Either you can do it by coordinates, or you can take it by just comparing which is near to the y-axis. So we are not going to go with the coordinate because it will consume time. We directly are saying that object B is traveling fast. Why? Because that line is near to the y-axis. Very simple. So just end at this. That's your answer. So take screenshot of this. Which of the three is traveling the fastest? As object, suppose let's say B is having the highest slope, object B is traveling fastest. Okay. Now let us go for the second question. Second question is, are all the three ever at the same time on the road? Okay? Are all three ever at the same point on the road? So they are just saying if B, C, and A were at the same position, suppose they are traveling on the same road, were they able to stop at a certain place, like they were near to each other? So they are just asking, is there some place at which all the three objects were at the same position? Now you can see when we are comparing the lines, wherever there is intersection, that means they were near to each other, they were at the same point. So this intersection, so how many intersection points we have? So we have generally three intersection points, this one, and this one. Okay. So I have highlighted two for you, this one and this one. This one is also there, but we have just highlighted two. What is the meaning of this? This is the intersection of which line? A line and B line. So that means A and B point were together at this particular juncture. At this particular point, A and B were together. What about this particular coordinate? This is the intersection of line B and line C. So that means at this place, B and C were together. But they are asking, is there any point at which they were together, all three of them? But there is no line, suppose let's say there is no coordinate in which three lines are intersecting. There are only 2 points at which they are intersecting. There is no third point. So that means they are not meeting at the same juncture. They are not meeting at the same point because they do not have common intersection. So very simple. Are all three ever at the same point? They were never at the same point. Okay? Because there is no common point of intersection. We require three intersections at the same time. What we have is only two. So we cannot have that. So that means they never meet at the same point on the same road. Okay? Very simple.